We're trying to cover all the top builder teams here in round two. Today we have on Plebwork. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, Car.
How you doing?
Good to be here.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you, your background, and why you're building Plebwork. I think it's a phenomenal project. I think there's a big need for it, but tell a little bit about your backstory.
Yeah, I'll give you the sort of Bitcoiner journey. Trying to be brief. So, as many other Bitcoiners, I got multiple different touch points before finally swallowing the orange pill. And basically, I started in venture capital. We were in the big shitcoin industry, factory kind of landscape. And I was browsing with the investment team, and we're looking at crypto custodian. Because as a venture firm, we wanted to go into the space and kind of dip our toes in it. And basically, we found this company. It was called Knox at the time. And I joined the team. That was back in 2018. And slowly kind of started getting rid of all the noise and all the shit coins. And actually, it was in 2019 that I met this random guy called Saifedean Hamous. I was in Toronto at the time, and he was just introducing his book, The Bitcoin Standard. And so, of course, drank the Kool-Aid, and since then kind of have been going deep down the rabbit hole. So after this, I left Canada, where I was working and living for the last 10 years, to basically meet my wife in the south of France. And in that time, I launched a small Bitcoin broker that was in France with a co-founder. We had some little disagreements and stuff, and so I decided to leave the project. Then moved in the team at Wasabi Wallet. I knew Max Hillebrand, who's now the CEO of ZK Snacks, and I actually knew him from a book club that we were doing with Justin Moon, as well as a bunch of other Bitcoiners. Like, it was just like, a bunch of like different touch points and stories. And so through this, started doing more freelancing work in Bitcoin, helped two other clients. And on the side, I was working on that wallet. And so I was building a Bitcoin wallet, desktop based, and I had the skill set in terms of web development, but I kind of liked the sort of more lower level kind of Rust side of stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to go on Fiverr and Upwork and look at freelancers, especially those Rust developers, and trying to find somebody who's going to help me. And man, that was a brutal experience, just going through the jungle of Solana maximalists. I did not even know that was a thing, right?
Yeah.
And the Ethereum crowd and all of this. And I could not find a good Bitcoiner developer in Rust. And so finally met this guy. And anyway, fast forward, realized that this side of the market, like searching for part-time freelance talent, was really, really difficult. And that's not only true for developers, it's true for copywriters, it's true for marketers. Like, you can't get somebody from like outside of the Bitcoin space to try to market your product in Bitcoin, because it's such a, technical field. There's so many different nuances and so on. So that was for finding the freelancer side of stuff, so the offer side of the marketplace. And on the other end, my wife was looking at doing freelancing projects. And same thing, right? She had to work before in full-time in Bitcoin. She was working with Foundation Devices. And she did not want to go back in kind of like normie freelancing gigs. She wanted to do it with Bitcoiners and Bitcoin companies. And so it kind of took her a while to find projects in the space, because they're few and they're not super broadly advertised. Like, it's mostly, Twitter DMs and stuff. And so we're like, yeah, maybe there's another issue here to fill, which is the demand side of the market. And so maybe there's a marketplace that we could build in the middle, which helps both sides meet and get work done. And so, that's why we decided to build Plebwork.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when we first had our interview together and you explained this concept, and I was like, wow, it's surprised that no one has actually built this before, right? Has this been built before?
I think so. I think there's been a few job boards. So Kian from Stacker News told me about it. Like he had some kind. He's got. I think today, like on Stacker News, there is some kind of like a job board. But he was saying like he didn't give it enough love, and there's a bunch of other. I think I saw. Well, there was another one in the Top Builder program that was also trying to tackle this problem. So the thing is, like, there's nothing crazy revolutionary in terms of tech that we're building, right? Like you see often like these Bitcoiners, they build like insane amount of technology, like state of the art stuff that I would not be able to build, frankly, right? But so I think the edge really is not on the tech side. I think there's been a bunch of options that were tried in the market that are being tried right now, but I think it's a mix of like maybe hustle, maybe a mix of user experience, making it also fit within traditional kind of like or the usual wallet ecosystem, right? Because like
Right.
if I'm doing work as a freelancer, I don't want to use a custodial platform. I don't want to KYC myself. I don't want to have to trust that platform, get crazy 10% fees, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like this is kind of like fiat world problems, and so I hope with Plebwork, we're differentiating in that sense that we're trying to respect the Bitcoin ethos and while making it still simple to use. Now, of course, the jury is still out there because we have to grow the platform in the marketplace and we have to convince people to actually, use us.
No, this is exactly what you're building. It's exactly what's needed out there. I think right now we just have a lot, at least from what I can tell, there's just a lot of companies and projects that are getting built that are just like you said, they're just over complex for no other reason and building for a market that's not there yet. And I think this is you're building for a market that's already there. So,
Yeah, well, I hope, right? I think that there is a market for sure. There is a market, and the beauty of it also in timing is like now we're seeing Bitcoin kind of it's its own market, right? Like I
yeah,
don't work in crypto, you don't work in crypto, right? We work in
yeah,
Bitcoin, and so that's the beauty of it is now we have such great talents, investor capital pools, like
yeah,
there is this maturity, I would say, and so this is where marketplaces like this one could help out entrepreneurs build more products and hopefully kind of create that domino effect where we get exponential growth on Bitcoin, not on like shitcoinery and in misallocation of capital and time. Because like when really like I'm gonna make the parentheses again, but like when you go on Upwork and Fiverr and you realize the amount of time and energy that is wasted on shitcoinery, it's insane. Like these people don't realize they're wasting like really precious time, and they're smart, they're good developers, but they're building on the wrong infrastructure, right? They're
right.
building on send basically. So hopefully, in all humility, we can kind of attract more people also to build on Bitcoin with this platform, because I think there's still a bunch of like Bitcoiners in the closet, right? Like you're a great software developer at Google or Facebook, and you're making I don't know 300 grand a year or more,
Right.
and you don't want to get into Bitcoin because all your coworkers are going to find you're weird and whatever. And like the reality, you could say, "Oh fuck, I don't care what others think of me." But the truth is, people do think like we all care about our peers and what they think of us. So maybe they could create a little account on Plebwork. It's like pseudonymous, and they
Yeah, you have
start
a
dipping their
NIM
toes, and
and it takes them 5 minutes what would take a normal person like hours, right? Like, no, you're totally
exactly.
right, dude. This is where I think, and I think we're already kind of seeing it happen. I know BTC Co. That you guys are kind of
Right.
like similar in different ways, and you're more from a different side of the market. But I think you are seeing this kind of need for a platform like this, and I think you're coming at a right time, especially with everything that's ahead of us. So let's dive
Yeah.
into it. Let's dive into it. Show us Plebwork.
Right. So Plebwork it's a two-sided marketplace, right? Where we say Bitcoiners work together. So basically, you earn Bitcoin as a freelancer, and you get paid with hard money for your hard work. That's kind of the pitch. That's the positioning. And so this is the platform is live. You can go on plebwork.com. Bear with us. We may have a few latency issues and bugs, but it's mostly there. Um, and so this homepage basically is we're trying to sell the platform for both sides of the market, with an emphasis on freelancers and plebs, right? Because what we're doing right now is with clients, so businesses that are looking for plebs and freelancers, we're doing it one by one. So it's invite only. Like any freelancer today can join and sign up for free. Clients can also request to join for free, but it's we do on a case by case approval basis. So and that way is we do the curation to really make sure that this side of the market is super high quality, and that we only allow good Bitcoin businesses basically who are building on Bitcoin and not on Solana. And so basically, yeah, so you can explore the two sides of the marketplace on Plebwork without signing up, right? We're gonna kind of give you a little tease before you share some of your information with us, so you can browse jobs. So this is because we're on the production server. These are real jobs that we posted. These are our own jobs that we're kind of like eating our own dog food in a way.
Yeah.
And so we have this promotional video that's already going. We found the freelancers a few weeks ago. And the other is a call for quality assurance people. Like, try to break our app, report some bugs, and we'll give you some sats for it. So that's how we're trying to seed this side of the marketplace. And so you can filter jobs based on, of course, categories. So now, it's pretty empty. Like, there's one in design and product, and I think one in software development. There you go. And then you can do the same thing for plebs. So plebs are freelancers who signed up for the platform. We have Hodlebod, whom we know from Pleb Lab. He signed up, I think. Sorry, what?
That's Coracle. That's John from Coracle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So far, he signed up. There's Mr. Black, who just signed up. I don't know who that is. Art Thompson 87. There's a bunch. I don't know them. We haven't advertised this at all for now, because we were still testing it out. And so then, if I want to click on somebody's profile, I'm prompted with a sign up. I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of shit for it, because people are going to say, you're asking for data too early on. So maybe we'll put this sign up flow a bit later in the app. We'll see. But so let's sign up, just to show you the flow. I'm going to sign up, let's say as Bob.
Yeah, you can make a Proton email in 5 minutes. So it's
I have this wildcard redirect, so I can create unlimited emails on my Proton. That's pretty convenient.
Nice.
Okay, so I got the confirm your sign up email. We're going back in Firefox. And okay, so now I should have, yes. So the account is verified. So now if I go in jobs again, I want to click on this one. Now it detects that I'm a user, but I haven't completed my profile. So it's telling me, hey, complete your profile to view more.
Okay.
So I'll complete it now. And so here I can, create a quick username. I am Bob, and this is
a good flow, man. This is a good flow.
Profile. Yeah,
it's already easier than Fiverr at this point. Looks nicer.
I think so. I think so.
Way nicer.
Where are we? We should be in Buenos Aires.
There you go.
It's a cool city. And I'll make it a 69 hourly rate. That's a great rate. That's a lot of sats, man. It's like over 100,000 sats an hour.
I love how you did that right there. That's a nice little touch, little small thing, but that makes all the difference right there.
You know what? We actually we spoke about this a lot. Like, should we put sats before or dollars before? And I think the truth is, we still think in dollars, most people, businesses as well. So I think having the equivalent for now is fine. And at some point, I would love to swap it and have sats first.
Oh, that time's coming soon.
Soon, yeah. What do you think is going to be the ratio of dollar per sat where we actually can do the switch? Is it under 1,000 sats?
Where are we at? 23? Yeah. What are we? 2,300 right now?
Yeah,
or is it 26, I think somewhere around there.
Isn't it sub 2,000?
Okay. I don't know. I would say 100 sats per dollar makes a lot of sense in my head. I don't know what that puts us as a price though, but
yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the tipping point. So
Yeah.
I'll take a note of that, and when we get there, I'll make the switch. And so you can pick skills. So right now we have very limited amount of skills. We're gonna add more categories and stuff, but let's say for now I'm good at audio editing and copywriting,
Mhm.
and let's sparkle some AI on it because this is cool. And then I can add my profile and say this is Twitter Bub, and I'm gonna add a website. It's gonna be Bub again,
Okay.
bub.com. Poor guy, he's gonna get a lot of notifications. And so we sign up, okay? And so now I can go and actually access my dashboard. So it's a basic dashboard because I don't have anything, I don't have any reviews, I don't have messages, but I see my description. If I think I should add more in this description, I will just add more. So we can edit profile this way. Um, Trying to keep it simple but explicit enough that anybody browsing your profile can actually find valuable information.
Yeah.
And so now if you go back on jobs, um, and I want to say apply to this one, well, first now I can see details of the job, right? So I can
Mhm.
see actually the description. So it says try out the web app in production and help us find bugs. For every bug found we could give a few sats more. That's not bad. And okay, I have a time zone, which is Madrid. It's telling me that so all jobs on Plebwork are remote. So we're explicitly saying this here, remote, because we had the location, and some people who looked at it were like, "So do I have to go? Is it a Madrid only job, or can I do it remotely?" So we just added the remote thing here.
Mhm.
You have the Sats equivalent as well. You know when the job was posted, and so yeah, you see the company, right? So here it's the official Plebwork profile. It's kind of meta because we
Mhm.
kind of publish our jobs on our own platform. You can view more jobs from the client. So right now there are only two that they posted.
Nice.
I have an about section on the client. Oh, I see they have one review by Easteritz. Great working with Plebwork. Oh, they have a 5-star. Okay, cool. Maybe I'm gonna apply because these guys seem like they're a legit bunch of folks, and so I'm gonna apply. And so now what happens is you're redirected on a chat, and so the whole user experience is around this chat. So someone say, "Hey, I am interested. Tell me more." All right. So now I sent a chat request to the client being Plebwork. So I'm going to switch browser and I'm going to go in Arc. And in Arc, I have a tab open with my Plebwork already signed up. So this is the dashboard of Plebwork. As you see, there's much more. I have a review, I have messages ongoing, and I have 3 jobs posted because I'm a client.
Right.
If I refresh, you should be able to see Alice here. So Alice is spending. No, actually, Bob just reached out to us. So I'm going to go back. This is not Alice. This is Bob.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I see. I am interested. Tell me more. So I'm just going to say accept chat because this guy looks pretty cool. Hey, you look cool.
And then it
Oops.
says this, you can start negotiations. So tell me about that.
Right. Okay. So now what are negotiations? Negotiations are essentially the chat, right? The discussion between the pleb and the client, so the freelancer and the client. And here at this point, we talk about the job. We share more details. If you want, if you're the client and you want more, profile descriptions or more portfolio links, I can share that as a user, as a
Mhm.
pleb, and the client can also provide terms on the job. And at some point, when we kind of agree on some kind of a deal, I'm gonna formalize that with a job offer. So I'm gonna click on offer job as a
Okay.
client. And so the client here is prompted with that screen, which essentially is the form to officially send an offer to the pleb. So it basically recaps, it takes the title, takes the description of the job. I can add, again, more stuff here. I can pick the duration. I finally choose the hourly rate. So remember, there was an hourly rate on the job
Initially, yeah.
initially, but if we had a negotiation and you brought it down, or you brought it up, I can essentially make it up however I want. So I'm going to say
Nice.
$10 an hour, and the budget total is going to be $300. I'm going to make the offer, and so now what it does is going to send the Ben Alec. Interesting. What happened here? Who is this guy? Interesting. Anyway, so
Did somebody
this is
sign on right now while we're in streaming?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't. This never happened. Of course, we're live, right?
We are
And
live.
so you know, things
Somebody sign in.
happen.
Oh yeah, they clicked. They did 23.
I think they just signed up.
Yeah,
What
they
happened?
signed up. So it looks like
Let
whoever.
me go back to Bob. This is crazy stuff.
Hey, this is good. We're building it in the open.
Building in the open, right? There's
Building in the
there's no fake stuff.
We're doing it live.
It's real.
F it. We're doing
It's
it
real.
live. No, I always like this kind of stuff though. I'll tell you why, because it introduces new issues into
Right.
you know you're never gonna get. But
Exactly. Yeah.
so this is
Yeah.
great. Okay.
So now I just submitted a job offer to Bob.
Okay.
Right. And I'm gonna go back on the Bob screen here, and I see view client offer. So now I can review the client offer.
That's a
I can
lot of
decline the
sats.
offer.
It's a lot
Right.
of sats.
It's a lot of sats. A lot of sats. Yeah. And here, if I believe this is cool, I'm going to say accept the offer. And so now, every time there's an action that is taken by a user like this, we send email notifications as a way to, because if you're offline, right, you're not on Plebwork, you have other stuff to do, you're going to get an email, click on that button, it's going to bring you back to the chat where you left it off prior. And so, okay, so now we're at a critical phase for the freelancer, because now that freelancer, so the pleb, is asked to set up their own wallet. So what does it mean? I'm going to set my wallet. Let's see. So here we're trying to explain to the user why this step is happening. And so we remind the user that Plebwork is 100% self-custodial, right? So we're built on many different things, including BTC Pay Server. So BTC Pay Server, this amazing piece of software, is essentially the powerhouse to issue our invoices, to manage payments, and let clients pay plebs directly from their wallet to their wallet without having Plebwork as an intermediary of payments. Because of course we don't want to be custodial. We don't want to take withdrawals and deposits. We don't want to be a money service business because we don't want to get licenses and all that crap. Right. And so, so here, in order to do so, the pleb, as somebody who's offering their service, or part of the supply side of the marketplace, they need to set up the wallet to receive money from clients. And so the way we do it is we ask for we create a watch only wallet by asking for an XPub and an address. So of course, XPub sharing means that Plebwork technically has the ability to view all incoming and outgoing transactions from the wallet, to and from the wallet.
Right.
So on that screen, we advise users to make sure that they create a wallet on their own, and they only use it for Plebwork activity. Like, don't use your personal cold storage wallet on Plebwork, because we could technically see all these these transactions. We have a no tracking policy in the privacy policy that we wrote and stuff, but you have to trust us with it. So if you want to minimize this trust, make sure it's a blank wallet.
And this is 100% the way to do it. I mean, theoretically, you could always create a different vault inside of your Unchained or something, right? If that's if that's where you want it to go. But yeah, this is good.
Yeah, you can create a child XPub, and that's great as well. But if you want to do it even, I guess, cleaner and have really good segregation, just have another one.
Cool. I love that we explained it like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. We're trying to make this thing, because like these are important nuances that most, I guess, mainstream people would not care about.
Well, right? This is where I've come to realize, though, like, if you want the hardest money on earth, and you want Bitcoin, you shouldn't trust somebody else holding it for you. And because we're getting to a point where it's going to be extremely hard to get Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So to me, this is the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying at some point maybe you're not going to be not going to be able to buy Bitcoin with
You're
fiat.
definitely not going to be able to buy Bitcoin soon.
So you're going to buy it with your time and sweat and tears and blood,
Yeah.
So anyway, so I understand this. If I want to read more, we're going to have a blog post right now. We don't have it, but we'll have it. And so I say, I understand. And now I'm prompted to share the XPub and one address from the wallet. And with those two pieces of information, so I'm going to go in Sparrow. I'm going to take the XPub. It's a standard native SegWit XPub.
Right.
So it's real. Like we're on mainnet. It's not testnet stuff. And I'm going to take this address, for instance. It's an unused address. And with those two pieces of information, we can essentially determine the address type and verify that the wallet was properly shared. And so now it's done. So we're, again, sending an email to the freelancer saying, hey, you have your wallet linked to your Plebwork account.
Right.
So now you can get back to work. And so now in messages, I'm going to go back in my conversation with Plebwork. And the next step is I can create an invoice. So I keep working, right? 1 week goes by, second week goes by, or if the terms of the contract were like, before I get any work done, I need 30% paid as a deposit.
And that's all what you negotiated inside of the chat, right?
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Great.
Yeah. We're going to add like payment terms to the contract that the offer that we just agreed on.
Right.
So that you can actually, specify like, okay, if I'm sending an invoice, I'm expecting the payment to be immediate or to be T plus 30 days, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, this makes total sense. I love the chat. The chat part makes a lot of sense here, especially if you have infill and details, which it sounds like you're going to create.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think it's because we got to think about dispute resolution as well. Because like anytime there's money involved, like you gotta think about this. And so this chat is a really good way also to track about all the information. Everything is timestamped, and so it's a way for us to really make sure that stuff is done the right way.
Right.
So. Now let me go back to this dashboard for 1 sec. So here we're Bob. I'm getting lost in the in the screens. We're still good on time, right? Let me know if.
Yeah, I mean we're coming up on 30 minutes, but we don't have anything afterwards. So if you got to go over, that's okay.
Okay. So here I'm Bob. Here I'm Plebwork. So I'm gonna take Bob. I'm gonna go back in the chat, and I'm gonna. Don't tell me there's a bug here. Oh no! Did I wait too much?
You're on the Plebwork side. I think you had the. I think on the Bob side, I think there was an invoice waiting.
Yeah. So here I'm Bob, right?
Pay invoice.
Right. Pay invoice, but no, because.
Oh yeah, I think you created the invoice on the other side, right?
Did I just do that?
I think so.
Man, this is so funny because it was the button was.
This is what happens when you try to do both sides of the market. You got to just do one side as the. I should have been on my side doing it as Bob, and you should have been.
That's hilarious, though. What's interesting?
Hey, it's okay.
So this is building Bob, in the open,
right? We're building in the open.
Building in the open, yeah. Fuck me, man.
It's okay.
Okay, you know what?
Okay. Hey,
let me try to log back in. I'll try that.
So the people that are watching at home, just like whenever you're trying to build an app or you're trying to build any type of project, it requires you to be both the user and the person who's building it, while also it seems like in your case, while also being the other side of the user. So yeah, there's a lot of different hats to wear when you're doing like a Bitcoin project. So
yeah,
this is normal.
This is normal stuff, just like bugs appearing in live demos. You got to love it. You have to embrace it. Otherwise,
you have to embrace it. Like we were just working with, I was just working with Zaprite earlier because I found a bug, and it's just, this is normal. This is normal stuff.
This is normal stuff. Yeah. So it's interesting because basically I can't, so we went up until the point where I could issue an invoice. We had the button, everything was nice and stuff. And now this button suddenly disappeared for no reason, and I never had this bug before, which is really interesting. And because we're on prod, I don't log anything in the browser. So I'm quickly trying another account, and I'm going to reach out to the Plebwork work and see if we can do it again.
Okay. Let's try.
Just to show you
The whole flow, yeah.
the whole flow, yeah, because that'd be pretty sad to not go through the end.
We'll get there. But
get
yeah,
there.
so for the people who are watching at home, Plebwork is trying to do a two-sided marketplace for people like yourself who are watching, who are listening. You'll be able to say, "Hey, I'm good at graphic design," or "Hey, I'm good at front end," or "Hey, I'm good at podcasting." Or me, I have a great voice. I'm just kidding. Or whoever, whatever you want to do, you put it on Plebwork. You share what you're good at, the skills that you're good at. You give a great bio, and then you apply to all these jobs. And then hey, you make some Bitcoin. You drop your XPub in there, and you're making the hardest money on earth with your time, the most scarce thing on earth. It's a great trade. So.
Oh yeah, one of the best trades, huh?
What is it looking like now? Is it working?
So now I have another pleb called Charlie, and Charlie just accepted the offer right now. So now Charlie is going to link his wallet. It's going to be the same wallet that we just linked for Bob.
Okay.
And we're gonna, man, I think I have a bug.
It's okay. Hey,
yeah, it's okay. We have a bug. Yeah.
Hey. So tell us about where you want Plebwork to be, and like how you got involved with Top Builder and stuff like that, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. Yeah.
Man, you know what? It's interesting because the Top Builder, I actually didn't see the initial announcement you guys made, and I think it was early December.
Yeah, it was early December. Yeah.
Right. I kind of saw something kind of late, right, in January or something, and I reached out to you. I was like, hey, this sounds super interesting, like let's get on a call.
Yeah.
And I actually mistakenly, I don't know if you remember, like just created an entry on GitHub for Plebwork instead of going
I forgot about that. You didn't want to interview. You're just like, I'm going right to a car. You're going to accept me.
I'm going in there. You have no choice.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I learned from on Twitter from somebody I follow, and that was it. And it's been a blast, man. Really, it's a really great program.
Have you been able to? You think it helps being able to be accountable to the other people inside of Top Builder, as far as not just us at Pleb Lab, but I'm talking about like the other builders that you're working alongside?
Yeah, I think it helps put pressure, right, and accountability and stuff. I mean, not that I need this peer pressure, but it just makes it even more kind of, it creates momentum. Like when I see somebody else just posting an update or sharing cool news about their product or the stuff they're building, I'm like, damn, like this is great stuff. Like I want to, it's elevating, right? You want to do better and do more and help each other. So to be frank, I had no expectations when I joined the program, because I was like, it's remote, so I don't know if it's going to be like super hands-on or if it's going to be kind of like solo. And actually, it's not. I don't feel like I have somebody micromanaging me at all, but still, there's this kind of there's this pressure, there's this momentum, there's this really good, healthy vibe, which pushes everybody forward. So
that's what we do here at Pleb Lab. Like that's how it is here in the real Pleb Lab. Like today we have open Hackerspace Day, so there's all sorts of people in here today walking around, and we had Katie visit us earlier. We have somebody hanging up some stuff that we have to go, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like this every day inside of Pleb Lab, and I just wanted to bring that to the world, to an online thing. And I think the weekly calls that we do, and the mentor AMAs, and this kind of social stuff that we do, and the workshops on the weekends, and then the one-on-one calls with me, I think all that kind of helps. Plus you have the chat and stuff, and I think from what I could tell, I think it translates pretty well with kind of what we created here. I suspect we'll see more people create similar things, very similar model. And we've always been that way at Pleb Lab. We've always kind of set the tone for the ecosystem as far as what the builders need to to get them to success. And I think other people will implement similar things here in the very near future. Just based on the calls I've had, it seems like this is the way forward for Bitcoin companies, is to get them on some type of remote program of a sort and incentivize them through competition and through Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's everything is kind of all the incentives are well aligned.
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me 2 more minutes, I can actually pay the invoice.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
So right now we say the market fee is on us because we don't charge anything for anybody.
Okay.
When you click pay the Pleb invoice, it brings you to a BTC Pay invoice.
Ooh, doggy, that looks clean.
This is BTC Pay user interface. We just added some yellow instead of the green.
Nice.
They did all the work, and we integrated their API. But
sorry, Uncle, we had to change it to yellow.
And so now I'm going to pay the invoice.
That looks clean, dude.
So all of this is done through Plebwork, self-custodial. Right now we only use mainnet because doing Lightning self-custodial way and in a good UX is very tricky. At least for us, it is.
For right now.
We'll do it. Yeah. Exactly. We'll do it, but we need a bit more time. Yeah. And so now I'm scanning this with my Phoenix wallet.
Okay.
Which was in airplane mode, so that's not going to help. And now, okay, I'm paying. It's $100.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Look at that.
Confetti. And so now you can go back to the chat, and you get the payment receipts for both guys. And so now I can say continue job or end job.
See?
And so this is where you get the review.
See, if you're a pleb out there listening and you're wondering, like, how do I make $100 in Bitcoin? Tell them how to do it. Where do they go? Are they ready? Are we ready yet to onboard users, or should they wait and see?
No, we're ready. So you saw it, right? We have a few bugs here and there. There should be, of course, no loss of money and stuff, but it's basically little issues in the chat. Okay. But it's mostly ready. Otherwise, it works.
Where do they go?
You go on plebwork.com and you sign up for an account and try it out. Post your skills, and also reach out to us. Go on. So we have a Telegram group. You can reach out to us on Twitter. It's @Plebwork, and would love to hear from you in terms of feature requests, bug reporting, any ideas you would have about how we can make this product better for you. Let us know, and we'd love to help. And really, the whole goal here is like we're monetizing reviews and reputation, right? Because now as a freelancer, I just got paid, right? I can end the job, and then I can request, I'm going to get a review from my client. The client is also going to get a review from me. And that profile, of course, is going to allow me to find better jobs later, have access to specific projects that are only accessible to plebs that have ratings up to a certain limit. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that we can do. And again, we're trying to build for the builders, for the people who want to contribute to Bitcoin. And whether you're a developer, whether you're a copywriter, a marketer, a sales guy, it doesn't matter. Like, we all have something to add to Bitcoin.
Awesome. This is how we get to hyper Bitcoinization, more Bitcoin jobs, more Bitcoin businesses, more Bitcoin everything. Bitcoin only. Look at this. Exactly, Charlie got a great work. Look at that.
Job great well work, done. Charlie. Done. 5 stars.
Nice. Look at that rating. That's amazing. Okay. So we're going to end it there. If you want to check out more of the stuff, go to Top Builder. It's all over the internet. Check out plebwork.com. Hit them up if you enjoy this stream, post it, hit subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll be back here probably in a couple hours. We're going to do another Top Builder stream. But thank you again. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Carr. Awesome.